And the break is here for some North Texas kids. For others, it's just around the corner. And while it is a great time for kids to relax, have fun, take a break, it can also get them out of their routine. Joining us this morning is Dr. Summer Rose, the interim CEO of Community and Schools of the Dallas region. Now, we're going to talk about this routine during spring break in just a second. But can you tell us first, Dr. Rose, what Communities in School does, the purpose they serve?
Yes. So we are a local nonprofit. We were founded locally in 1985. So this summer we will make 40, and that is 40 years of supporting students. We have a wraparound service program full of a series of evidence-based practices that places a trained individual on a campus every day that the school is open to work with the kids who have the highest needs. And we support them in the areas of academics, behavior, attendance, and social services.
Yeah, great mission. So when it does come to spring break, as parents, what can they do to make sure their kids are staying on schedule, but at the same time enjoying that time off?
Yes, great question. So kids love routine. Our brains, our bodies, even as adults, love routine. Think about it. Some of us kind of naturally woke up on this Sunday morning very early because our bodies are just in the routine of it, right? And so as much as possible, I encourage parents to try to keep routines, not being super strict about it, but a balance of keeping the wake up times around the same, the bedtimes around the same, meal times around the same, so that kids have that routine. And it's easier to shift back into it, right? Spring break is only a week. The next week, they're back to the basics. And so we don't want them to steer too far away from their regular routine so that they can slide easily back into it.
Yeah, the time change we just suffered through, and I use the word suffered on purpose, not helpful for the routine. So it can also add to the stress. And when we talk about that stress, what are some ways to keep things simple? Because there's a lot to consider during the break, especially when it comes to childcare and some of those activities. So how can we keep this time stress-free?
Well, I think the easiest thing is just keep it simple. I think parents put a lot of pressure on themselves to fill the time like, oh, they're going to be at home and, I want them to be busy every second of the day so that they don't have idle time. And really and truly, our kiddos do need some idle time. They need some rest time. And so it's a balance of doing some things that allows them to be both engaged and also relaxed. Think about encouraging self-care, having them get outside, right? Put down their devices for a little bit, enjoy it sounds like the weather's going to allow for some time outside, riding bikes, taking nature walks, practicing mindfulness. I think that this is a great time to be practicing some mindfulness strategies, especially as they prepare to return back to school during this testing season. So right now, great time to let's practice how we deep breathe. When was the last time you laid down and looked at the clouds and just let your breath match the clouds moving?
Wow, that sounds nice and relaxing. Might give that a shot. Well, some families like to plan a vacation, jump on a plane somewhere, but what are some of those activities families can do without jumping on a plane or heading to some faraway destination?
Absolutely. So if folks are staying at home and perhaps want to save some money, let's get creative, y'all. When was the last time you just built a pillow fort? Right? Just in the living room, blankets, sleeping bags, just have a good time, some flashlight, tell some stories. Think about having a family game tournament, using card games and maybe even some video games and some board games. Love a movie night, right? It's an opportunity over spring break where maybe each member of the family rotates picking a movie that they're going to watch that evening. They get to say, we're going to come dressed in our pajamas, or we're going to come dressed in a particular theme, a character. And I'm going to be in charge of the snacks that we have as well. And so plenty of opportunities to do things close to home that are low cost.
Yeah, some great ideas. Love it. Great tips. And you can learn more about Communities and Schools of the Dallas region. Visit them online at cisdallas.org. Dr. Rose, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Have a good one.